What if I told you that with a single sheet of paper, something you can hold between your fingers, you could reach the moon? Not with rockets, not with technology, just by folding it. It sounds impossible, almost ridiculous. But by the end of this video, you'll realize that the universe plays by rules that are far stranger than intuition. Let's start with a simple question. How many times would you have to fold a piece of paper for its thickness to reach the moon? Most people guess thousands, some say millions. Others say it's simply impossible. And honestly, that feels reasonable. The moon is far away, very far away. But this question isn't really about paper. It's about how badly the human brain understands exponential growth. First, let's understand the scale. The average distance from Earth to the moon is about 384,400 kilometers. That's far enough to fit all the planets in our solar system side by side, with room to spare. Light itself takes over a second to travel that distance. So reaching the moon with paper sounds absurd. But now let's look at the paper. A normal sheet of paper is about zero point 0.1 millimeters thick. That's thinner than a grain of sand, barely anything. Now here's the key idea. Every time you fold the paper, its thickness doubles, not increases a little, not adds up slowly, it doubles. Humans are good at linear thinking. If I take one step, then another step, I expect to move forward slowly. But exponential growth doesn't work like that. It starts slow, almost boring, and then suddenly, it explodes. This is the same reason people underestimate population growth, compound interest viruses, and even technological progress. So let's fold the paper. After one fold, the paper is zero point 0.2 millimeters thick. After two folds, 0.4 millimeters. After 10 folds, it's about 10 centimeters thick. That's already taller than a smartphone. After 20 folds, the paper is over 100 meters thick. That's taller than a 30-story building. And we're only at 20. After 30 folds, the paper reaches over 100 kilometers. That's higher than the edge of space. After 40 folds, the thickness is about 100,000 kilometers. That's almost 1/3 of the distance to the moon. Let that sink in. So how many folds do we actually need? The answer is about 42 folds. Just 42. Not thousands, not millions. 42. With 42 folds, the thickness of the paper exceeds the distance from Earth to the moon. Think about that. A number small enough to count on your fingers and toes. And yet, it reaches across space. This is the quiet power of exponential growth. Now, before you grab a sheet of paper and try this at home, there's a problem. In reality, you can only fold a paper about 7 or 8 times. After that, the paper becomes too thick. The forces required become enormous. Eventually, you'd need energy greater than what planets can produce. And if you kept going theoretically, the paper would become so dense it would collapse under its own gravity. It wouldn't reach the moon. It would become something else entirely, at extreme thicknesses. Atoms would be crushed. Materials would break down. Physics itself would change the rules. So no, you cannot physically fold paper to the moon. But mathematically, the universe says you can. This thought experiment isn't about paper. It's about perspective. Exponential growth is why. Small habits change lives. Tiny technologies reshape civilizations. And simple ideas rewrite our understanding of reality. The universe doesn't grow politely. It grows explosively. With the same exponential process, 45 folds would pass. The moon easily, 51 folds would reach the sun. 57 folds would surpass the distance to Pluto. And it all starts with something thinner than a human hair. We often think the universe is unreachable. Too big, too far, too complex. But sometimes it's not distance that limits us. It's intuition. The universe doesn't feel exponential, but it is. So the next time someone tells you that small things don't matter, remember this: a single sheet of paper, folded just 42 times, enough to reach the moon. If this video changed how you see numbers, space, or reality itself, subscribe, because the universe has many more secrets to unfold.